Hello, hello, magical souls. Today we are talking broadly today about the Merkaba activation, but we're also going to be looking at how it affects your nervous system or how it helps your nervous system with difficult things that you're currently going through. So I'm Catherine Tack, and I wanted to talk about this subject today because it's something that comes up again and again in the Akashic records. And even when people don't realize what they're really asking about, the nervous system, it starts with difficult experiences that we have in our childhood. We might overload our nervous system, and then that's when we can't cope with certain things. So you'll see people saying, I can't cope with that, I can't cope with this, I can't, this is like my worst nightmare. And it's all because their system is overloaded. So, and often people come to me feeling overloaded or overwhelmed is another word that they use. They're wired but exhausted. Okay, and they often feel anxious, frozen, or emotionally flooded. That's another way of looking at it. And they can also feel a little bit disconnected from their body, and they often believe the answer is to rise above it or to think more positively. And yes, that's helpful, but that's not going to get you the whole way to where you need to be. Some people feel like they need to meditate harder or be more spiritual. But the truth is that a dysregulated nervous system cannot integrate higher frequencies safely. And this is where the Merkaba activation comes in. And it's not just about being spiritual, but about being profoundly healing ourselves. Okay. And the nervous system uh, will be helped along by the Merkaba activation. So let's start in this place. Where are we going to start? Your nervous system's primary job is safety, not enlightenment, and not ascension, not awakening, safety. So your system has learned through maybe childhood trauma, shock, or suppression, or long term stress that the world is unsafe. And it will stay in survival patterns, fight, flight, or freeze, or fawn. That's a new one. And no amount of light can override that. So, in fact, many people experience more anxiety when they start spiritual practices because they're opening energy without having the capacity to hold it. And they either might not resonate with the spiritual work that they're doing, with the meditations or anything that they're doing, or they just might not be able to hold it and feel like it just doesn't work for them. So, what the Merkaba actually is, in simple terms, the Merkaba is your original light body geometry. And it's not something that you add, it's something you remember and activate. Okay. So, when dormant, we live mostly from the mind, from the emotions, and from the physical body. And we can be disconnected, fragmented, or overstimulated. But then, when activated gently and correctly, the Merkaba creates energetic adherence or coherence, and it stabilizes the electromagnetic field, brings higher self into the body, not above it. Okay, so we can have much better conversations with our higher self when our Merkaba is activated. And this is also crucial for the nervous system healing. And there's Oh, okay. So here's how the real magic happens. Sorry, I lost my place for a moment. Quietly, gently, and intelligently, it restores a sense of internal safety. And the way I like to describe it also is it lifts us up into the fifth dimension automatically. So those people seeking ascension, seeking that next level, your Merkaba, however you want to pronounce it, lifts you up into that next level. And that's the exciting thing, because from that place, we are able to understand what needs healing correctly, and we can move forward from there. And it creates a stable, energetic boundary around the body. So, I have done this work with quite a few people, and quite many people, and they say things like, I finally feel held. Okay, I feel anchored, because we do a lot of grounding with the Merkaba. I feel calmer without trying, and I feel safety returning. So you're going to have those types of feelings and experiences, as well as switching on your innate spiritual skills, and having access to light language. If you suspect that you're psychic, you will switch on your psychic skills. If you suspect that you're a tarot reader, you will switch on your tarot skills. So whatever you kind of think or wish you were, that will become whole. So, for example, I always wished I could be like Abraham Hicks. That when I saw Esther Hicks speak for the first time, I just got goosebumps, and I thought, oh, I should be able to do this. I wish I could do this. And when I activated my Merkaba, then suddenly I could do that work. But not only that, I also was then able to heal many things within my field, lots of childhood trauma, lots of experiences where I hadn't felt safe. I didn't want to be on this planet any longer. I'd had enough, and I was quite miserable, really. So along comes the Merkaba activation, and all of a sudden everything changes. You can see why you're here. You can see why the people are in your life are around you. Everything opens up and brings in a whole new world. But talking today specifically about the nervous system, because that is something that the guides are telling me to talk about at this time. When people say they feel overwhelmed and they feel disconnected, disjointed, often that's their nervous system not coping. And the fastest way that we're going to get that to be fixed, and then subsequently fix all the layers of problems in your physical life, is by activating the Merkaba. Okay, so it's good to understand that the Merkaba moves your system out of survival mode and into coherence. And so I'm the first one to put up my hand and say I was in survival mode for so many years. Really, I couldn't actually, I would just think, how am I going to get through today? Or maybe the next hour. I couldn't even think next week, next month. I couldn't even think that. And then once I'd done the Merkaba activation, I moved into a different place, okay? And we know that survival states are chaotic and reactive. That's what I was, reactive. And the Merkaba introduces order, rhythm, and balance into our field, which the nervous system recognizes as regulation, okay? That is why people often feel calmer, clearer, and less emotionally reactive, more present without analyzing or processing anything. Okay. Now, the Merkaba also allows emotions to move without overwhelm. So you still have all your emotions. You still know what your lessons are. It doesn't take everything away from you, but it does put you in the driver's seat so that you can manage your life better. Okay. And the Merkaba also reconnects the higher self with the body, and it helps you move from, again, survival into thriving. Okay. So the Merkaba activation brings consciousness down into the body, grounding spiritual awareness into the physical reality. And this helps people feel embodied, settled, less disassociated, and more connected to themselves. And why this matters right now in our Earth's history is because we are living in a time of accelerated frequency, constant stimulation, and collective stress. We can feel the stress of the collective. Okay, so many people think that they are broken, but they are not broken. They are overloaded. Okay, and the nervous system doesn't need fixing, it needs support, safety, and coherence. So the Merkaba activation offers a way to heal without really reliving trauma. Okay, you'll see the trauma in a whole new light, very differently. You are able to integrate spirituality without overwhelm and expand your consciousness while staying grounded. So, just a gentle reminder, this work is not about forcing awakening, it's about allowing the body to feel safe enough to evolve. That's where we want to go. And when the nervous system relaxes, the soul can finally lead. So, if you're feeling called to do this work, whether for emotional regulation or spiritual integration, or simply to feel more at home in your own body, then you can trust that call. You can trust that intuition. And sometimes the deepest healing doesn't feel dramatic, it feels like relief. So, thank you everyone for being here today and for listening and for walking this path with me. With so much courage. And if you feel motivated to activate your Merkaba, please do contact me. My contact details are in the description below, and I would be very happy to have a conversation with you. Or if you're ready to sign up to do the Merkaba activation, it's a beautiful 2-hour workshop where I explain everything to you. So many people have aha moments. It's and then you get given at the end, you're going to get the actual video of the teaching. You'll get the PDF that I teach from. You'll get a separate audio as well that will take you through how to activate your Merkaba as well. And with all these elements in place, in no time at all, your nervous system will be regulated. You'll be connecting to your higher self. You'll be much more grounded. You'll be fast tracking yourself to ascension. You'll be living in 5D like I do. I wake up in 5D every day. It's so nice. It's so nice to be in 5D while still being in 3D. And the way I like to explain that is I see the same building as everybody else. I see the same cars. I see the same people, but I see them through a different lens. I'm looking at them from, let's call 5D heaven. So I'm in heaven looking into 3D. So I'm seeing things through what I call the different lens that helps me to better understand the world that I'm in and understand my place. It improves my emotional intelligence. It improves my spiritual intelligence. It's brought all my innate spiritual skills online so that I can connect to the beings of light beyond the veil, like I used to do when I was living in, I don't know, Pleiades. But you can do it also from this place. You can do it here. I know our bodies are very dense, but we can, with the help of the Merkaba, shift ourselves up into a different level, into 5D. And imagine that the beings in 60, 70, 80, 90, 10D, 11D, they can get you a lot easier if you're in 5D than if you're in 3. Okay. Have a very magical rest of your day, and I look forward to helping you to activate your Merkaba whenever you're ready. Take care.